Welcome back to Bloodstock TV. I'm sitting here with the two lads from Creeper. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good, thanks.
Doing
How are
real
you?
good.
Yeah, I'm very well. You're the first person that has asked me how I'm doing today. So
We'd
thank
like
you
to
thank you very much.
I spoke over you then, which I'm about to
Yeah,
against
you
myself.
went back
and I was
on it
like, we're so
immediately.
polite, and immediately ruined it.
Thank you. Let's just start off with the Sangor. Okay, it was built around the dramatic decapitation of Will at the Roundhouse in 2022. So then rebirthed. I'm telling you the story. Obviously, you know the story. But now that you're stepping into Sangor 2, which you announced in May,
Yes.
how do you feel that the scene has changed, and where do you see the story going from here? Now, obviously, you don't need to give away the whole thing, but
Well, I think that we made that record with Tom Dalgetty, who done Ghost and The Damned and The Cult and lots of stuff we really liked.
brilliant stuff. Yeah.
And when it came to the end of it, we were like, oh, we're kind of not ready for this story to end, really. And so going back into it, we're like, what can we do that expands on the story of what we've done without kind of retracing our old steps? So it led to us kind of... Tom likes very similar stuff to us, like really bombastic, really, really big stuff. And so we started thinking about trying to make like a really 80s sounding, like big rock record. And that then informed the story, really, which is about a big 80s vampire rock band on the run from a vampire hunter, the Mistress of Death, which we had today, actually. It was
Yeah.
here.
And like the concept is there an end to it, or can you keep this going and going? And like, is that the plan, or what's the...
What the plan? The long-term plan?
Yeah, the long-term plan. That's what
You
I'm
want us to
after.
reveal
Is it a
all of our
dynasty?
secrets?
Well, I think each time around we do a record, we see it as a completion of what we've done. But the last time round, it was we ended up doing a sequel for the first time ever. And
Yeah.
every record we've done, it's had like a beginning and an end. But this time round was the first time we ever done the second one.
Yeah, so you just mentioned Headstones, which was released in June, that introduces Mistress of Death. So bringing all these theatrics, and you played that today, right? Bringing all these theatrics up to the stage and putting on, putting on a production show is expensive. And do you have, if money was absolutely no issue whatsoever, what are we talking about levels of production here? Would you go big time, like Maiden live
That's
after
a
death?
dangerous thing
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
true.
If money
Like
was
your
no
pyro
option.
shopping lists would be what?
I can imagine the faces of everybody that works for this band. If we had unlimited funds, it would.
Yeah, they'd be upset, wouldn't they? But yeah, like we saw Maiden a bunch of times. Like last year, was it? We were in Europe. We saw them play. And it was every time. It's just insane what they do with production.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I think for us, 100%, we would want to be in that camp. We want to be doing something larger than life. We kind of like a lot of the music we like is theatrical in general anyway, by its very nature. I think a lot of metal is that way as well.
Yeah.
And I think actually, like in this country, we have kind of a bit of a history of that being a big thing for us. So yeah, 100%, we'd love to follow in that lineage.
It would be brilliant to have like a package tour with big production package tour. I was just thinking when you were talking there, I was recently talking to the singer Gabe from Unto Others, and he's kind of like, oh man,
Love that
I have
band.
all these fucking ideas that I'm just trying to bring to life, and it's almost frustrating because I just like they wanted to get crosses up on the stage and everything, and then you have to bring those things around, but bringing back that production that was around when we were all kind of growing up is an amazing thing, and it just adds to the theatrics of the show. So hopefully, and it could happen one album at a time. The next thing you're playing Long Breach Arena, Scream for Me, and you've got all sorts of cool things happening in the background. But I wanted to chat to you. You recently were over in Ireland,
Yes.
right? And you played a very famous venue over there that is tiny. It's called Whelan's. Very
Yes,
small.
yeah.
Yeah, oh
Now,
my God,
well.
yeah.
That's a legendary venue. I mean, everyone has
Great
played
show
there.
as well. That was
Yeah.
a
It
good
was
show.
a really good show.
I unfortunately couldn't get down to that gig that night because I had some other stuff going on, but I was gutted because when I first saw it, I was like, Creeper in Whelan's. Oh my fucking Christ. Like, because that is a small venue. And I suppose my question here is, like, you're an established band over here. You definitely in the UK you have, you know, you're playing bigger venues to that, what I just described there as Whelan's. So when you come to, regardless of if it's Ireland or whatever, when you're going to new territories and you're kind of bouncing back to these smaller venues, is that something that kind of, that you, like those small club gigs are fucking amazing because you're kind of looking into people's whites of their eyes and the sweat's dripping down the walls and everything. Really, at the end of the day, you've just had this big production show on stage here, but do you love those small, sweaty, in-your-face gigs?
Absolutely. Like that's where we came from. That's what we grew up doing. Like we've been in bands since we were teenagers doing that for longer than what we've been doing with Creeper. So it's not only is it instantly rewarding, like the interaction you get is completely different to the level of interaction you get in the bigger shows. But also it's just like, I don't know, there's something so different when you play it at a festival like this. It's incredible, and you look out and there's so many people and it's like, oh my god, there's so many people. But to a certain point, when there's that many people, it becomes like a texture, almost like a carpet, you know.
A
but
brown carpet.
Then when you go, say we go over to Europe, like we played a show in Poland recently, and I think that was maybe like 100 people there.
Wow.
And you could see everybody's face, and it's nothing but eye contact, and you immediately see the impact of what you're doing on these people. You can see, if we play Misery, you can see the people that are getting emotional, and you can see the people that are really feeling like the faster songs or the heavier songs. So it's really rewarding, but just in a different way. And I love it, and we'll always do like every now and then smaller shows just to like remind us of
it's
that.
It's like that adrenaline shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I want to just ask you about, like, you've been over in America, you've done stuff over there. It's a really hard nut to crack, and it takes a shitload of time, and it's not fun. I mean, you're just kind of going from venue to venue, very low, like the cost is crazy, so you're kind of all on top of each other. I mean, but it's kind of that you have to do it. I mean, is that something that you guys are kind of plotting out in a calendar and saying, right, we're really just going to put in like 3, 4, 5 months, come back home, back over again, 3, 4, 5 months, because that's kind of what you have to do.
Well, I think like a lot of the time for us in America, it's about finding the right band to tour with there as well. Like we don't like it's at the point in our career now where it doesn't make any sense to go out with the wrong thing. You know, like we want to go out and make it worthwhile. And weirdly, America's one of the places that it's really started to work slowly. It's taken ages. It's taken a long time. But people really have started to respond there now and starting to get what we're doing and kind of in on the bit, which is really cool. I think that so much of what inspires Creeper is Americana. I think we grew up in an era where so much Americana was on television, and like so much the horror films, the movies we grew up listening to that influenced us. So all Americana, you know. So for us, it would be a really massive thing if it were to happen there, and it seems to be slowly going that way.
And like you just mentioned there about the right touring band. Do you get a say in that? Or would you kind of...
100%. I actually think it's one of the biggest myths. I see this online all the time. It's the biggest myths in the world that touring bands don't get to say who they're touring with. 100%. Like, we'll get an offer, and if we turn it down or whatever, we accept it, it will be completely down to us. But like, it's... we don't get to say if they're going to invite us, you know. But we're very we've been so lucky there. One of the first tours we did was with Tiger Army. If you know.
I know.
Like Nick took us out for one of our first tours. Like we did a lot of cool stuff out there, like early on. But it did, like you said, like it takes a long time, and
it does.
And we're also like, it's one of those things. You're like, well, maybe. Like at one point we're like, well, maybe it's not really going to work here. But we went back twice last year. And it was really, really brilliant. So it really does feel like... So
hopefully, I mean, it's kind of like you've got your feet on the first step anyway. And it's really, you know, these days anything can just sort of go viral and you go that way super fast and quick. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say just keep at it, keep going over. I mean, of course you are. You don't need me to fucking tell you that. But yeah, hopefully it does crack for you. You've put a hell of a lot of work in. Speaking of which... The theatric side of things, again, is so much attention to detail, and just you have the vibe going on with the look and everything like that, and it's great to see. And you are clearly fans of the macabre and horror movies and all that great stuff that came out in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and B-movie stuff and everything. So my question is, and you only get one answer, absolute, like, one movie that you would fucking just forever, that is the movie. And it could be of that genre.
That's a hard one.
Big question.
I know.
Well, horror movie? Or
Yeah, sorry, of that genre.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
said.
okay.
Yeah, in terms of just the aesthetic and the whole mood. And
Well, I think for Creeper, for me, it would be Near Dark. Bill Paxton,
Yeah.
like because so much of what we're wearing right now is from that film.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the one that I would kind of say that has had the biggest visual impact on us, I suppose. Like that's probably my one, I'd say.
Yeah, for me, it changes. I guess that is the same for everyone, but I would probably say Dracula, the 90s Bram Stoker Dracula.
with Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman,
Full Coppola.
yeah.
Yeah, good choices.
I think that's. But if you ask me the same question next week, it will probably be something else.
Yeah, no, I got you. I just
But
wondered
I'm on that hype at the moment
Yeah.
for sure. Interesting. We both did vampires.
I know well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
hello.
I guess.
It's weird.
Ta-da! The secret's out, guys.
Damn it!
With your blood-soaked face. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Excellent.
We both did that.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. You heard it here first, guys. Creeper like vampires. But
God.
seriously, in all seriousness, I do want to thank you for dropping by and wish you the best of luck and see where this story goes and this concept and everything else that's going on for you, because, as I said, you have blood, sweat and tears, man, put into this, and it's just great to see, you know, not just the music, it's the theatrics as well. It's everything put into it, which it is. It's escapism for everyone. Just step out into bullshit in the world and come and have a fucking great time, and, you know, that's what we want. But great stuff today. It was great to see you on that stage. Great to see you at Bloodstock, and thank you so much for joining me here.
Oh, man, thanks for having us, man. We had the best day. It's been so much fun.
Wicked.